Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you are doing well. And look, in this video, I want to go over the recent sell-off that just happened in crypto and why I believe right now is a phenomenal time to buy. And if you're watching this video, it's because you're in one of our communities here called the AST program. And it's really, really important about what has just occurred is that this is exactly, number one, what the algorithm was built for. But number two, it actually is a really good example of what our algorithm does and how you can start to see some of the indicators that are correlated similar to how the algorithm actually makes its trades. Now, again, the algorithm does not use technical analysis. It looks at something called market pressures, and you're going to hear that more and more. And the way that we actually define market pressures is essentially it follows liquidity. Okay, it follows the volume that's happening inside of the account and inside of the exchange. And so that's really important because every exchange works a little bit differently. But what's also important about that is when Bitcoin moves, it actually gets out of those positions. And so I want to showcase here the Bitcoin chart. This is the Bitcoin to USD pair, obviously the price of Bitcoin as it's moving. You see these different ribbons here. These are different EMA lines. Essentially, it's the moving averages with different time intervals between 9 and 55. And so the yellow, the red ones are 21 through 55, and the purple one is the 9, okay? And so in this video, really what I want to cover is one of the biggest indicators that you can see if Bitcoin is going to be moving up or down alongside these EMA lines, okay? So with that said, we just saw Bitcoin have a drop. Let me go ahead and chart this out here of about 10%, okay? And that 10% drop is largely being able to be noticed and realized because of what we are seeing over here. If you see the VRVP, or basically the volume that's actually occurring at each stage price when it comes to Bitcoin, we can see that there is this big gap right in here. And whenever we see the support and resistance not actually land while using the VRVP indicator, we essentially see the price drop because there is no buyers. There are no buyers basically here until the next range. So you can see that based off of how this actually ended up occurring is that there was no support here for that price anymore. It fell through, and because there was no volume, it has gone to the next volume range where there are a lot of orders that can help support the price action. So again, what we are seeing right now with these indicators is number one, down here, this is the RSI. The RSI is the relative strength index. And so whenever Bitcoin starts to get out of these ranges of 30 and of 70, it's either a good time to buy or a good time to sell. And so right now, this is telling me based off the indicators, it is beneath this line. And it is actually closer to 20. So that means that relative to other price action that has happened over the past period of time that I'm showing here, and over the past time that Bitcoin has been trading, it is in a good position to actually buy, means that it is oversold. Now, RSI is not fully what we look at when it comes to making a buying decision. We want to look at other relative things. And one of those, again, is the support and resistance based off the volume that's happening in the exchanges at certain price points. And lastly, is what you feel is actually a good time to buy based off of not only all the technical indicators, but also the fundamental ones. And if you guys didn't see, Coinbase today just got regulatory approval for trading perpetual futures. Okay. So now Coinbase, this is as of today, they're going to start being able to trade futures, and it's going to be eligible for US customers. And so again, with the bullish indicators that we are seeing of being a good time to buy and more fundamental analysis on Bitcoin actually start to stack, we are starting to see that again, Bitcoin is about to rip. And I believe that's going to rip a lot harder, especially in the end of this year, going into 2024, given all the elections and given everything else that we got going on. So I hope that gives you some updates, not only of the market, but again, a good way to potentially even track what the algorithm looks for. So right here, earlier today, we had a lot of exits that have occurred on the algorithm right in this range. It wasn't, on a specific price point or anything like that. It actually had caught a lot of that action prior to the whole drop. So again, compared to buying and holding, you would have rode this roller coaster down. down, and there might be some losses that have incurred here, but the whole point is to compare this to buying it and selling it at these highs and lows and avoiding these big drawdowns compared to just buying and holding through them, because that doesn't produce a return. And so again, we are excited again and really bullish about how the algorithm is performing right now. And again, it's to help preserve capital, then take unnecessary gains. And when Bitcoin starts to go up in volume, and even if it retraces here, it comes back up, it will probably enter into a trade when we see that occur. And if Bitcoin's still going to continue to go down, it'll probably exit that and actually start to do it, okay? And that's the whole reason of why the algorithm is not only created, but it's to help catch those bounces. And that way you're not having to actively monitor and look at indicators and start trading and doing all the other things that other traders have to do because they don't have the algorithm, all right? So hope that gives you guys some insights, and we'll see you in the next video.